First of all, good evening, ma'am, and I'm doing great. I would say today I'm as right as rain.
Wow, that's wonderful to know. So, all good, and you are absolutely ready for a great discussion ahead. Correct?
Yes, yes,
Wow. So, Neha, let's quickly dive into the topic for today. Today, we actually have an extensive topic to talk
yes.
on, and that
Right.
is Indian
Culture.
culture and tradition.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what do you think, Neha? Different people have different perspective about tradition and culture. What is
Yes.
your perspective about tradition and culture of India? What do you say?
Okay. Yes. So if I talk about Indian culture, I would say it's not easy to explain in few words, or because it has its vast area, and I can proudly say that India is a true epitome of unity in diversity. Because its culture, we can say that it has heritage, culture, and we can't deny people from different religions or countries. They come to India, and they incorporate, or they have shared their values and traditions with Indian people also. So we can say our culture is a treasure trove. And yes, if I talk about myself, I love my culture. I love all the traditions. Yes, I am not a rigid type of person. I believe in flexibility. It should be like, if I am practicing a particular religion, that's my point of view. I am not supposed to impose my thought process or my point of views on other people. So
Hmm.
that's what we need to understand, and that is the beauty of our culture, I believe.
Beautiful, absolutely. So, Neha, this is your perspective and idea about Indian culture. Now, you seem to be very positive. You don't want anybody else to follow what you follow. But there
Yes.
are some people that it is Indian tradition and culture that is pushing us back from
Hmm.
becoming modern. Somewhere or the other, it's not leading us to modernity. So, do you think that somewhere or the other, Indian culture and tradition is one of the reasons why we are not considered as modern, or you have a different ideology about it?
Okay, yes. I would say that every coin has two sides, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I won't blame our culture. It's just the story of, or it's just the reason is mindset, different mindsets of
Mhm.
people. Okay.
Mhm.
If we talk about our culture, definitely I would say our culture is pure. We can't deny it. Just a couple of people who are taking it to in a negative side, on the
Okay.
name of religion, on the name of
Mhm.
their belief.
Mhm.
They start spreading rumors, or they start just for their personal, I would say,
Satisfaction.
benefits. Yes, benefit, satisfaction, and just to satisfy their ego, I would say. Yes.
Okay.
Because
Mhm.
in our culture, it's not about imposing, or it's not about suppressing others thought process. It is
Mhm.
very beautiful culture. It's just the mindsets of people. They come with that negativity, and then we can say that yes, somehow, if we are lagging behind, it just due to due to those selfish people, not because of our culture, I would say.
So you don't feel that our culture is not proactive or progressive. Our culture is progressive. Some
Yes.
people's mindset is not progressive. Correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
You sum up my
So
answer, yeah, with beautiful vocabulary words.
thank you. Okay. So Neha, as everything has undergone a change, do you think Indian culture and tradition has also undergone a change, or do you think that no, it's the same as it was in the very beginning?
uh, I can't say that it's the same, because changes are inevitable. We can't deny, and changes, actually, changes are essentials also. Essential also. I belong to a small village, and I know there are so many traditions. There are so many customs, which sometimes I believe that there should be there is a need to change them. There are some, I would say, stigmas or taboos in our society.
Mhm.
I really want to have a change, but the thing is, again, it is. mindset of people. That is it. If I talk about changes, first I need to take that step. First I need to change myself, only then I can change other people. I think I forgot what was the question.
The question was that has it undergone a change and you
Yes.
believe change is the new normal? Change is something that will happen and that has happened.
Yes. Yes,
Mhm.
as I mentioned in the starting of my answer, that yes, changes are inevitable and changes are law of nature. We can't deny it, and I believe so. Because if something is just in that static position, if we talk about water, if it is in
Hmm.
that stagnant
If
condition,
it is
it
stagnant at a place.
starts.
Hmm.
Okay, it starts shrinking, I would
Correct.
say, right?
Actually.
So
Hmm.
same thing. We need to change whatever the according the time.
Hmm. So, Neha, here I would like to talk a little bit more about the stigmas and the taboos. I don't
Yeah.
want to specifically talk about which stigma and taboos you are talking about, but is it easy to eradicate those stigmas, or is it really deep rooted? And talking about it is very easy, but actually eradicating those from the society is a hard nut. What do you think?
Yes, it is a hard nut. It is a hard nut
Mhm.
because because I personally faced so many stigmas or taboos. If I talk about, it's not only about we need to change some simple things. People have really they attached so much. They have that I would say, as I mentioned, they are rigid. They don't want to change. Sometimes there are superstitions,
Yes.
there are superstitions, and
Hmm.
if we are giving, if we are providing some logics, or if we are just trying to tackle all those people, okay, this is not right, we should change it. No, because they connect it with their, either with their beliefs or with their superstitions, and superstition is the root cause of I would say any rigid thinking. So I don't think so. It's an easy thing to do. It's really a hard or arduous task to eradicate stigmas or taboos in the society. It is not an easy task, I would say.
So, do you think here modern education that our generation is getting these days, is that the way to eradicate these taboos? Do you think that will happen in this Gen Z millennium generation? Or do you think that no, it is equally difficult?
Actually, you know what, ma'am? If you talk about modern generation, okay, I consider myself a modern woman because
Absolutely.
my thought process is modern.
Hmm.
But I'm also helpless when it comes to make people aware about some taboos or stigmas. When I visit my village, it is not easy to make them understand because they do not want to change. They do not
Mhm.
want to listen to anyone. So how to make them aware? If we are talking about education, that is fine, but there are so many places in India, there are so many rural areas, they are still on that same track. They don't accept any changes when it comes to their beliefs. So I also try, when I visit my native place, I try to speak to women about changes. It's if I tell about, like, I discuss online shopping.
Oh,
They do
okay.
not want to go for online shopping.
Hmm.
Yes,
True.
it's only about a shopping. Can you believe? How can, if I'm not able to change their thought process, okay, online shopping is also a good thing, you should try. No, they have the bigger no, and then they would go to shop and then they will not choose their favorite fabric or kind of stuff. So it's only about shopping. How can I make them aware about all the taboos and stigmas? So it's not an easy task, because if we talk about education, education has also its limitations, because rural areas are far away from all these kind of awareness, education, or technology, or Gen Z. They have nothing to do with all these kind of terms. They are still
Hmm.
on their same track.
They are in their own gala world still.
Yes, in their own. I'm getting so many good vocabulary words.
Okay, so
Really.
Neha, quite a lot of times you have talked about rigid mindset.
Hmm.
Some people have shared with me that Radhika, in case you give reasons to
Hmm.
people, then it is a little easier to change. Do you agree with me or you disagree? Maybe.
Yes. It is little easier, but again, if you are dealing with those mindsets, if it is, I would say, then you are jammy. Then you would be jammy enough or lucky enough to change their mindset. If I talk about, there is a ritual in my village. We have to put, or we have to draw veil from our
Okay.
elder
Okay,
ones.
so you have to cover your face with
Yes,
a veil.
yes,
Yeah,
right.
it's a very old
So
tradition. Mhm.
yes, and we are following the same.
Oh,
I'm sitting here. I stay in Mohali. I'm sitting here as you can see me. But when I visit my native place, I drove away. Can you imagine? Yes, right. It is like it is a ritual of our village. And now, if I want to change the system, whom to talk with, whom to make aware, because all the women, they are brought up in that mindset, with
it's
that
a
mindset,
mindset.
with that
Mhm.
mindset. Okay, this is
Mhm.
our ritual. We have to follow this, and it's good for us.
Mhm.
So I can't change it. Even I am following the same. So
Correct.
I am talking the practical stuff. It's not
Correct.
that I am just doing anything, or I'm just
Yeah.
speaking randomly. No, because I have that experience. So it's a very small thing. As I mentioned, online shopping, and this is drawing the veil. We
Mm.
are considered sanskari. We are considered good daughter-in-laws, kind,
Yes.
right? So modernity means, for those people, modernity means you are not good enough, or you're not sanskari. I am telling it straightforward. Yes, it
Yes.
is. Yes, and if I talk about my villages, my village, I would say people are educated enough, and I won't consider my native place. People, people are not very conservative. I have one of my YouTube friends. One of
Yes.
my YouTube friends, she is quite like famous on YouTube. I would not like to
Oh,
take her
sure,
name
sure.
here.
No
Yes.
problem.
So she told me that in her
Mhm.
village, actually,
Mhm.
women are taken as object, as a machines of producing babies only. That is it. And we are living in 21st century, so it's
Yes.
not easy. They are like, they people, they have nothing to do with Wi-Fi, with YouTube or internet. They have not, especially in case of women. So that is
Mhm.
the reason I always say that it's not easy to change this scenario. And if I talk about, I know that I'm just changing the track, but
No.
yes, it's my it's my favorite topic, because I have that strong desire to have some changes in our society, which we are
Mhm.
following on the name of customs and
Okay.
religion.
Mhm.
So feminism, women empowerment, I don't think so these words are meant for women of rural areas. No, these are just meant to the all those ladies who are capable, who are well settled, and who are able to make their decisions. Otherwise, for a middle class woman, it had, like, these terms has had nothing to do with feminism or women empowerment. So we have a long way to go, still a
Absolutely.
long way to go.
So now, here as you talked about two very strong words, feminism and women empowerment. People have negative mindset around it also and positive
Yes,
mindset. Being a girl, of course, I am very much positive and I do promote women empowerment.
yes,
Do you think that women empowerment should not be dependent on men? It should come from women. Do you think
right.
somewhere or the other that is lacking, that courage is lacking in us or maybe ladies from any part of the
Yes,
country? And that's the reason it is still a problem. Women empowerment needs some sort of male validation. Do you think that way?
right, ma'am. Actually, as I mentioned, that it's all when we are raised up with that mindset. Na?
Okay.
You like when we are kid, then we are following, like we are told by other our moms, you are a little bit weaker from your brother, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then we are always looking for their validation, be it our father or be it our
Hmm.
brother, and we are told, once you get married, you can fulfill your dream.
Yes. A
Now
very famous
yeah,
statement.
yes, we are just teaching you, we are providing you education, so don't ask from us to go out to if we want to hang up with our friends, and
Mhm.
especially if we want to stay, to tell you, my parents are not like kind of parents.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
had all kind, like I had a very beautiful childhood, and I love
Mhm.
that. That is the reason I'm sitting here and I am speaking upfrontly.
Exactly.
Otherwise it won't be easy for me. But
Correct.
yes, I'm speaking on on an average point of view. So
Mhm.
the credit goes to our upbringing. We are told from the very beginning of our lives that you are minors or you are weaker. You have to, there should be someone to take care of yourself, like be it your father, be it your brother, or then your husband. So once you get married, he will be the one who is going to fulfill your dreams.
Hmm.
So
Correct.
I think that is like root cause is that
Mhm.
upbringing, and
Mhm.
then we are just following the same stigma. Okay, we can't step out. So this is the root cause. So
Hmm.
it's
I
a
agree with
debatable topic, I would say. And
absolutely it is.
yes, and if we talk about in our society, if we find any single mother
Mm-hmm.
or any woman who is living on her own,
Yes.
we as a society start passing our comments, passing our observation. We are always ready with our judgments. Oh, she's living without her husband, maybe she has some, you know um,
Yeah,
uh,
judgmental.
flaws in her character or kind of. So
Yes.
we are the part of that society which is always ready with its observations and quick judgments. And so it's it's
Understood.
like, what to say, it's a, I would say, extensive topic again, and there are so many thoughts and things to
Exactly.
discuss.
Yes. And every thought is interlinked that it looks like a vicious cycle. And
Yes,
sometimes we don't even find that it is a stigma. We feel, oh, it's normal life.
normal, exactly,
Correct.
there are so
And if
many
I just,
things.
yeah,
Hmm.
perfect. And if I sum up, it is just that we are told you are on position two. You are not on position.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
That's
Yes.
the entire stuff. And as you said,
Exactly.
husband, brothers, fathers, it is
Hmm.
just that there need to be a male counterpart for your existence. That's what they are,
Right.
we are told, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Neha, this topic is like this that we started talking about in this
Yes.
particular, we just went on that particular track, but yes, there are positives also. So now
Huh.
I would like
Right.
to divert the discussion towards the positives of Indian
Mhm.
tradition. There are so many
Yes.
beautiful rituals, customs, and traditions. So, which one
Yes.
is your favorite and why so? Please tell me.
uh, Number one, if I talk about, there are so many
Yes.
positive
Yes.
aspects. So the love and bond of families, I love
Correct.
this. I love this because we have that. If it comes to family, we all live with our parents, even grandparents. There are still joint families also.
Correct. Hmm.
So that is a very beautiful thing, because through thick and thin, it's just family who pulls us up, or kind of who is families are strength, I would say.
Correct.
Okay, so
Support
love
system.
of support system, yes. And then comes marriage. I truly believe in marriage, yes. And I think this is a beautiful relationship between two people. And it starts with two people, but it has its vast area, because it's not only about two people, it is also about two families.
Hmm.
So I believe in our marriage system. This is beautiful one. My native place is known as Devbhumi.
Okay.
Devbhumi. Yes.
Mhm.
So we have so many small religious beliefs. I don't know how to express. I literally love, and while entering the temple, we are just covering our head
Yes.
with our dupatta. No.
Yeah.
So these things, I guess, these are very trivial. These are trivial, but all these kind of beliefs are strong, a strong feeling of that strong belief also. So all these things I really love about our culture. And as I mentioned, our India is known for its unity in diversity.
Correct.
I'm living here, so I'm living in Punjab, so I know the culture of Punjab. We celebrate, how can I forget about festival? And
Hmm.
these days always, festive vibes around the
Festivities.
corner. Yes, right. So how can we forget about Lohri celebration? And
True.
now I'm ready to celebrate Karwa Chauth. Then Diwali is around the corner, right? And we celebrate Eid also. So this is the beauty of our culture, I would say. We enjoy different kind of cultures, and we have that feeling of togetherness. So that is the best part about our culture, I would say.
So you have mentioned many more positives about our culture and tradition as well.
Yes.
Correct? So, of course, we are from a particular generation and we are really appreciating all these traditions, culture, following our level best that you mentioned. You are prepping up for Karwa Chauth, then upcoming Diwali. Do you think that today's generation is also taking and following these traditions with equal vitality, or they do not consider and give much importance to them? What do you think?
No, today's generation is celebrating. I think they have more clarity about all these religious beliefs. Like they don't follow that conventional method. They
Okay,
don't follow that conventional method. Still, they know the value of celebration.
correct.
There are pros and cons. As I mentioned, there every coin has two sides. But
Has two
yes,
sides.
I'm going to discuss. I'm going to discuss the positive one
Yes.
because I know so many young people. They live around me, who are working or who are
Mm-hmm.
studying. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, I can see a positive vibe. And if I talk about discrimination or casteism, I think
Mm-hmm.
our generation has nothing to do with this
Exactly,
because
that's true.
they don't believe in these kind of stigmas or taboos. Yes, they celebrate all the festivals with the zeal and that enthusiasm. So I'm in favor of that. That our youth is quite sensible, I would say.
So I think two things that I'm able to understand. You believe youth is much more clear that why they are celebrating. And secondly, maybe their way of celebration is different, but they are not saying no to celebration. Correct?
Yes,
Beautiful, Neha.
exactly.
It was a great conversation. I hope that you really enjoyed. It was very
Yes.
different from the general conversation of
Hmm.
Indian culture and tradition. But yes, we talked both the sides, which is very nice.
Right.
Because as I always say, it's never white, it's never black, it's always
Black.
gray. It's always
Yes.
gray.
True
It's a
that.
blend.
Yes. True that.
Okay, so Neha, there are a few things that I jotted down in between so that I can
Hmm.
help you a little bit. You said Indian people.
Hmm.
Indian itself is actually talking about people. So
People.
then there is no need of using people. We
Yes.
can just say Indians believe that way, Indians think that way.
Hmm.
Okay. And then
Right.
you said on the name of religion, on the name of tradition, in the name of religion, in the
Okay.
name of tradition, in
Fine.
the name of family values. Okay. And then you use this word rigid. You can also
Hmm.
use the word conservative mindset.
Yes, conservatives.
Yes, you
Yes.
did use it later on, so I did not
Right.
mention it at that point. So talking about the closed mindset and open mindset, I was
Mhm.
having a very liberal childhood.
Oh,
Freedom
yes,
was
liberal.
there.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
my parents
Yes.
were liberal. They had
Liberal.
an open mindset, and I
Yes,
had
yes.
all the freedom to roam about and do
Mm-hmm.
my way. Okay, so
Right.
these could be the
Yes.
better words.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. Yeah.
okay. So Neha, that was all from my side with respect to the feedback. Over to you.
Okay.
Any doubts or questions? Please do let me know.
Okay. I want you to sum up Indian culture or its beauty or both the sides in your
Okay.
words so that I can get more vocabulary words.
Oh, wow. So you want me to sum up the entire
Yes.
conversation in 2, 3 lines,
Yes.
yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So, first of all, being an Indian is a proud
Hmm.
thing in itself. And I would like to say that Indian culture has both sides. There are positives, there are negatives. As I am a positive person, I will reflect the positive part first. The traditions, the customs, it helps us to make a strong personality, strong belief system, and that helps us in personality development. There are many parts and many things into it. And if I talk about the negatives or the areas that needs improvement, then that is a change in the mindset. Rather than being rigid, we should be free and liberal enough to accept the things and go forward.
Wow.
So that's all I would like to say. That's my
So
take on India.
nice. Very
I hope
nice. So,
that you enjoyed this conversation. How was your
yes.
experience?
It was amazing as I am a passionate inquisitor and I am always looking for good vocabulary words so that I
Mhm.
can use in my
Correct.
coming conversation. So that's the reason
Mhm.
I asked you to sum up in your words.
Mhm.
Now, after the session, I'll go through this video again and I'm going to jot down all the vocabulary words and I'm going to
Exactly.
use all those because
That
then
is how
only I'll
it
be
will
able.
become, yeah, and that is how it will become a part of your active
Right,
vocabulary. So that's a
right,
very good
right.
idea.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much, Neha. It was really nice interacting with you. Wish you a great
Thank you so
evening and
much.
hope to see you soon. Bye bye.
Yes,
Take care.
very soon. Bye bye. Take care, ma'am.
Thank you.